This is Sid Haas with LKCS. I'm the Vice President of Business Development. Today's webinar is going to focus on our campaign suite, which is a new product that we're launching, that we have launched, that is really designed to, combine digital marketing with direct mail and really make direct mail more relevant, with today's latest marketing media options that we have, and really drive improved results. For those of you not familiar with LKCS, we provide a variety of services across all marketing channels, and that's what we're going to be discussing, obviously, several of those channels today. And our services really have changed over the years, but I would say over the last 15 to 20 years, our goal has really been in utilizing data to improve our clients' marketing results. And we do that across print and electronic channels, and we even use statements and e-statements as marketing options. So you can see a number of the services that we offer in, our wheel of services on this slide. And what we're talking about today actually covers several of these different segments. But there's really three hurdles when we talk about direct mail, in the 21st century. The first is that, it's difficult to track direct mail campaign results for a number of different reasons. You're probably aware of many of those, but, it's difficult really to pinpoint how well a direct mail campaign does in certain instances. It's difficult to prove campaign effectiveness, especially with a mix of different media options that are out there. And there's really no way to link offline efforts to the online world. And Campaign Suite, as you'll see, was designed to really solve all three of these challenges. So when we talk today, in general about tracking campaign results, in the past, marketers have relied on asking receptionists or sales reps to, find out how people heard about your offer, or prospects are going to mention that they received a mail piece in the offer, or you only use direct mail to promote certain offers, so that that's the only way that people may have heard about it. But those methods really no longer work. People don't receive a mail piece and pick up the phone to call you or walk into a physical location. We know that they go online. So we now, savvy marketers look at different solutions, right? They look at landing pages, or pearls. And the problem there is what happens when the visitor leaves your website without filling out a form, or calling you. You don't know who they are. How do you recapture their interest and convert them to a lead? So then you look at Google Analytics, right? Or, some kind of analytics package. And, that's great, right? We can see that we're getting increased traffic, but now what do we do? How do we convert that increased traffic into increased business? So we look at promotional codes, right? We're putting promotional codes on our mail pieces or in our advertising, and we still are requiring people to apply for an account or open an account. And what happens if they're not ready to buy yet? How do we track the use of promotional codes if people aren't ready to actually take action on that? And when it comes to proving campaign effectiveness, this is what happens today, right? A marketer calls their mail house and they say, hey, I'm concerned about this direct mail campaign. Nobody's brought in their mail piece or called about the offer. And, the sales rep says, hey, thanks for calling. Have you been receiving more than your normal call volume? And yeah, we've been getting more calls. We've been seeing some increase in business. Well, that must be your mail piece. It must be working. Well, unfortunately, that doesn't fly anymore, right? But those are the conversations that typically take place. And when it comes to linking offline efforts to the online world, we know that direct mail works, right? These are statistics from the Direct Marketing Association. We know that 92% of people are influenced by direct mail to make purchasing decisions. We know that 40% of consumers have made a purchase in the last 3 months specifically because of direct mail. And we know that 39% of people say they try a business for the first time because of direct mail. And at the same time, we know that online visitors need to convert. We know that 90% of people who are interested in anything go to the company's website first before calling or visiting that location. So we can get people interested, and we know they're going to go to our website, which is exactly what we want them to do, and they're going to research, our products and services. The problem is that 96% of those people research our products and services, but they leave the website without taking any sort of action. They don't fill out a form. They don't open an account. They don't leave any trail of who they are. They don't call or anything like that when they're on the website. So they get the information they need and they leave. So we need a way to follow up and continue that conversation with these 96%. And when we look at response rates from direct mail to digital, we know that response rates when we mail to a house list of members or customers, we can generate, hopefully 2 to 3% responses. When we mail to prospects, we look to get a 1% response rates. Response rates on digital channels are significantly lower. Obviously, when it comes to cost, we know that direct mail cost per acquisition is $19 to acquire a new customer via direct mail. But when we look at the cost per acquisition on the electronic side, it's not any lower. And that's a result of the fact that response rates are lower on digital side. So cost per acquisition for direct mail is still very competitive for digital. But there are ways that we can combine all of this to get the best of both worlds. And that's what we're, obviously leaning towards and discussing today. So the next step, the logical evolution is what we've developed here with LKCS's campaign suite. And what we're doing is we're combining the traditional direct mail with mail tracking, call tracking, and online follow-up. So this is what it looks like in action. On day one, a prospect receives your mail piece, whether that's a postcard, a letter, any type of direct mail offer gets sent out. On day one, also, that prospect is interested. They're one of the 90% that visits your website to get more information. They leave your website. They go about their business, whatever that is. In this case, they're going to Facebook. It doesn't matter where they go. They've gone to your website. They got the information. They left. They didn't fill out a form. They didn't buy anything. They just go about their daily business doing whatever they're going to do. They visit their usual websites, but now all of a sudden they see your ad reminding them of that direct mail piece that they got yesterday. Day 3, they're continuing their normal lives, visiting their normal websites, but they're continuing to see your ad following them around the web again, and again, and again, and again. Your ad's going to continue to follow them, and you've seen this probably with other websites that you visited. It's not magic, and we'll talk about how this works, but they're constantly reminded of your offer and your advertising until they click on the ad, taking them back to your website where they have that ability to take action again on your offer. So what we're doing is we're eliminating these, these days of wondering if your campaign is working, that you're not getting any calls, and you wondering if your direct mail campaign isn't working. We know that junk mail isn't junk, right? We know that it works, and we can prove it. And now we can prove it by giving you access to the actual data behind the scenes. So what you're going to see, and we're going to show you examples of this with Campaign Suite, is just imagine if you can see if your mail pieces are actually hitting mailboxes and when they're actually being delivered, how many calls you've been receiving as a direct result of your direct mail campaign, how many people have visited the website and are being followed online, and how many people left your website and came back as a result of follow-up ads that you've been displaying to them. This is all possible. So this is how it works. This is how it all fits together. A mailing is sent to your list. It says a prospect list. This can be, any type of list, whether these are existing account holders or, prospective account holders. But obviously direct mail remains a tried and true marketing medium with unmatched targeting. We can buy mailing lists and obtain mailing lists based on demographic data, psychographic data, credit-based data. The direct mail targeting is still better than any other type of data sources that we can find out there. It's better than any online advertising targeting, any social media targeting. There's interest-based lists, you name it. We can hone in on a very specific target with direct mail and then use that to drive, this online advertising that we're going to, be showing you. Each mailing is tracked with cutting-edge barcode technology. For those of you that are really familiar with mailing technology, what we're using is intelligent mail barcodes on all of our mailings. And that enables us to know exactly when your mail is due to arrive in prospects' mailboxes. And you'll be able to verify that your mail pieces are being delivered exactly as expected. Because you're going to have access to an online dashboard that you'll be able to log into even before your mail piece goes out. This is what that looks like. So what you're going to see when you log in is both this green line and this magenta line. And the green line shows up as soon as we upload the mailing list. The Postal Service actually returns back to us projected delivery based on our mailing list that we upload and the mail date and mail class, all the information that we tell the post office about the mailing. And they're going to show us exactly when they're expecting to deliver mail pieces and how many mail pieces are going to be delivered each day based on that mailing list and the mail class that we're using, whether it's first class mail or standard mail, right? And then what you're seeing is that every one of these mail pieces has a unique barcode, and these barcodes are going to be scanned by the post office as the mailing is moving through the post office facilities. And we'll actually be able to confirm delivery of the mail pieces every day. So you'll see each day how many pieces are delivered of your mailing and how that lines up, with the post office expectations. Obviously, any discrepancy is mail that wasn't able to be delivered or was being delivered on a different day than was anticipated. But you'll find that these should line up very, very closely. This enables you to inform your call center staff or your branch staff, hey, these campaigns that we're sending out are going to be delivered. The bulk of these are going to be delivered on these days. And even if you have multiple drops, so if we split a campaign, a mailing into multiple mail drops, over a period of weeks, let's say, or months even for that matter, you'll know that this drop is going to hit on these days and this drop is going to hit on these days. So you can keep everybody informed as to when these campaigns are going to hit. So you'll know of expected call volume and things like that, to basically inform staff and have appropriate staffing levels on those days. But you'll have the confidence of knowing that you're getting what you paid for when it comes to actually mail delivery as well. You'll know how accurate your mailing lists are. Because any returned mail, any mail that's not being delivered, you're going to see a discrepancy like this between what's projected and what's actually confirmed as being delivered. You're also going to receive a unique phone number or multiple unique numbers for that matter to track the number of calls that your mailing generates. We're going to print unique phone numbers on your mail pieces for that campaign so that when people call for more information, they're going to call these unique phone numbers printed on your mail pieces. And we're actually going to record those calls if you want us to, so you can monitor the quality of those phone calls and improve your lead reception and sales processes. So you'll actually see how many calls are received each day as a direct result of your direct mail campaign. You'll see what time those calls came in each day, even if they came in after hours. And that call is recorded from the second that call is picked up until it hangs up. So you'll actually be able to listen to that call being routed to multiple people or through multiple offices, potentially through the whole thing. The cool thing is that for privacy and security, LKCS does not have access. We can't listen to the recordings. Only you can. So in this particular screenshot, you'll see where it shows recording. I don't even see the buttons, but you'll have a button to play the recording or download the recording for each of those calls. So you can choose to share this as a good example of calls or bad example of calls. You can have conversations with specific employees if you want to, however you want to use that data. But you'll again be able to see what time these calls come in. So even if these calls come in after hours, you'll even be able to use this to say, hey, maybe we need to extend hours when these campaigns are going out, or look, all of these calls are coming in during business hours, so everything is good. But it's really pretty fantastic. And like I said, we can assign multiple numbers if you need us to, and these can be local numbers or toll-free numbers. However you want us to use it. So all that functionality is included with Campaign Suite as well. And then there's the automated follow-up piece. So when a direct mail recipient visits your website, we save tracking cookies on their computer. And both Google and Facebook look for these tracking cookies. So when we're talking about tracking cookies, we're not talking about a cookie, right? A tasty cookie. We're talking about a small little tiny text file that's saved to each visitor's computer. It contains random information, that user ID that's not personable identifiable information. It's not a member number or a name or anything that anybody can use. We won't actually know who these members are by any stretch of the imagination, but we'll know that it was this person or this, magic user ID that visited your website or your specific landing page for this campaign. And we'll then be able to follow them essentially around the internet. So image ads matching your campaign's design and offer follow your website visitors around the internet after they leave your site. And you stay in touch until leads take the desired action. In other words, until people fill out a form or application on your website, these ads are going to follow them around Google's ad network or on Facebook. And the way that the Google Display Network works is Google rents small spots on millions of websites around the internet. And these spots are used by Google's customers basically to place ads. And this is where we show your follow-up ads. You see these all the time. You don't realize that these ads are being driven by Google, but you see these ads on websites you visit all the time. I mean, if you use Amazon or any of the major retailers, you've seen ads, you've seen products that you've looked at on different shopping sites follow you around the internet. We're now doing the same thing with your products and services that you're also promoting via direct mail in this case. So we're tying direct mail in with both the Google network and display ads via Facebook with your direct mail campaigns. And here's what you can expect out of that. We know that website visitors who are retargeted with display ads are 70% more likely to convert on your website. They're 70% more likely to fill out an application or an information request form or a contact form or open an account online on your website. And 26% of customers will return to a site through retargeting. And you'll get all sorts of data, again, through the online dashboard to show you exactly how many people you're following up with online. So in this case, you're seeing that 3,900 people are on your follow-up list. In other words, 3,900 people that received this direct mail campaign visited the website and are now being followed up with these online ads. And those online ads have been shown to these 3,900 people 24,000 times. You'll see how many times each day those ads have been viewed and how many times they've been clicked. And what's interesting to know about online ads, by the way, is clicks are not as important as impressions because people know that you're tracking clicks. So what we found with online ads and what most marketers, savvy marketers have found is that it's very important to actually print or have the URL displayed in the online ad because people are very likely to type the address, the web address, into their browser and go to the page directly rather than click on the ad because they know you're tracking those clicks. You're more likely, for example, to type Amazon.com into the web address and go back to Amazon, into your browser and go back to Amazon than you are to click on an ad from Amazon. So the ad views are actually the more important statistic than clicks, but we do report them both. So to sum up what Campaign Suite, the benefits that Campaign Suite are going to provide to our clients are obviously a higher return on investment. You're going to be able to keep tabs on your mailings with easy to use online tracking. You're not going to leave any leads behind because we're going to leverage both Google and Facebook ad networks to display follow-up ads to your prospects, keeping all of these leads warm until they're ready to act. The issue with direct mail, and we've said it multiple times to customers over the years, is, we're sending one mail piece out, and just sending one message to a customer or prospect isn't enough. They need to see your offer multiple times before they act. Well, now with the online follow-up, we give that ability to show them this ad multiple times, even though we're only sending them one mail piece. And we're giving you the ability to create that flawless sales system. That included call tracking allows you to see the exact data and results of your campaigns, and that ability to listen to the recorded calls gives you that capability to improve the quality, to improve results as they're rolling in and in the future, for training purposes. Pricing. The cool thing with Campaign Suite is it adds just pennies per piece to your direct mail campaign. Campaign Suite is a fixed cost based on the volume of direct mail that you're sending out. So there are volume discounts available as well. So if you send, if you're going to be sending out, several direct mail campaigns over the next 3 months or 6 months or 12-month period, then we can work with you to get you volume pricing on the campaign. And if you just want to try it out for a campaign, then obviously we can work with you on pricing as well. So I've got a question that came in that says, I've seen these Google ads with a tiny X in the corner that lets the viewer opt out to no longer see those ads. I assume that would be for LKCS ads as well. If so, are those opt-out ads tracked and quantified as well? If so, I would think that might suggest you change your ad. Yes, that's part of, obviously, Google, has to have the ability for people to opt out of ad, or cookies, is really what it is. So it's part of, it's really came out of the European laws, the EU ads or EU laws. But if people do not want to be tracked via cookies, they have the ability to opt out of those ads. So that's what you're talking about. And yes, the Google ad network, certainly, and the Facebook ad network both give people the ability to opt out of those ads, and we will certainly respect that as well because we're using the Google Display Network to present those ads. And that's all the information that I have for you. So, we're excited about this product. We've got several campaigns that launched in recent weeks, and we'll be releasing case studies on our social media channels and in our email marketing campaigns coming up as well. So watch for those. We've drank our own Kool-Aid and have sent out our own campaigns with Campaign Suite. So you're likely to, if you visit our website, you're likely to see our ads follow you around as well. Question came in, how do we get pricing? Like I said, pricing is based on quantity. So if you have an idea of quantity for a direct mail campaign, I'd be happy to get you some information. So I will reach out to you and get you some more details and some numbers. But literally, it's I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at the cost. It is not. It's a fixed cost. It's not a variable cost. So a lot of times when we discuss online advertising with clients, it's an auction-based model, and can vary based on things like that. But we've actually negotiated some amazing terms for Campaign Suite. So it's a fixed-base price, and we take care of all the back end, with Google and Facebook. So I'll reach out to you with some numbers, and we'll go from there. So please feel free to reach out to me with any additional questions. I will stay on the line to answer questions as they come in. But again, I want to thank you for your time today, and look forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks.